Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to the video, and today we're here for another weather breakdown. Now we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today, including another round of severe storms that's going to be moving through the country today, a couple of tropical systems, and much more. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the SPC outlook for today, where we have a slight risk of severe weather across portions of central Iowa. No major population centers are included in this, luckily. Tornado threat for today, we have a 5% risk of a tornado here in central Iowa. That's going to include Ames, Fort Dodge, Marshalltown, Newton, and Altoona in Iowa. So definitely look out for that. I think that a tornado or two is definitely possible today. We've already had a tornado warning today, so a tornado is definitely not out of the question. Damaging wind threat for today, we have a 5% risk of wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or higher, extending from Des Moines back over to Peoria. So look out for that. Hail threat for today, we also have a 5% risk of hail of 1 inch or larger. So look out for that. Moving on to tomorrow here, we already have a marginal risk of severe weather across the East Coast here in the Carolinas. Tornado threat for tomorrow, we have a 2% risk of a tornado here in eastern North Carolina. Luckily, no major population centers are there. Damaging wind threat for tomorrow, we have a 5% risk of wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or higher for Wilmington, so look out for that. Hail threat for tomorrow, we do not have a hail risk as of right now. Now, moving on to Sunday here, we do not have any marginal risks of severe weather as of right now. So let's go ahead and move on to the National Hurricane Center here, where we've got Tropical Storm Sean, but we're going to break that down more later. Then we have a disturbance that has an 80% chance to form the next 7 days and 20% chance to form the next 48 hours. And this could definitely head for the Lesser Antilles if it forms. That's the big thing, if it forms. I'm not sure if the 80% chance is warranted. I think it has a good chance to, but 80% feels kind of high for this. And if it does form, don't worry if you're on the Lesser Antilles, because it's not going to be a major hurricane or anything like that. It is going to be a significant tropical storm, most likely, maybe a low-end hurricane, but it's not a huge deal. Moving on to the path for Sean here. Sean is currently a 40-mile-per-hour storm right here, just kind of chilling. It's going to continue to head northwest, and it might bring some very, very light rain showers to the Lesser Antilles, but I doubt it. I don't think it's going to last long enough to do that, and I'm continuing with my belief that this is just going to be a total fish storm. So I don't think there's really anything to worry about with this. So let's go ahead and move on to the Climate Prediction Center here. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. This is going to be for October 19th to the 23rd. In the pink, you have a 70 to 80% chance to see above average temperatures here. That's going to be for mostly the western U.S., kind of going into the upper western Midwest there. So it's going to get pretty, I don't want to say warm. Maybe if you're in the desert Southwest, it'll get warm, but in the Northwest, it's going to get warmer. It's not going to get warm, but it's going to get warmer. So 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. We have an area in the Four Corner states and portions of east central Nevada that has a 50 to 60% chance to see below average precipitation in the darkest shade of brown there. So definitely look out for that. The major drought is going to continue in this region, and that is not good. We've had a pretty significant drought going on here if you didn't know. Moving on to the 8 to 14 day outlooks here. 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. We have an area here in the upper Midwest that has a 60 to 70% chance to see above average temperatures from the 21st to the 27th. So again, it's not going to get warm, but you're most likely going to see some of that frost dissipate for just a little bit. And then 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook. We do have an area that has a 40 to 50% chance to see below average precipitation here in the south central U.S. And normally I wouldn't mention that, but this is in an area where some portions of it is in a exceptional drought right now. And it's most likely going to continue, unfortunately. This drought is seriously one of the worst over the past decade. Very low rainfall and a very brutal summer has led to these conditions, and it's just awful down here. You know, we got heat advisories kind of coming back into effect for southern Florida, luckily not in Texas or Louisiana, but it's going to be hot either way, whether you're under a warning or not. So yeah, look out for that. Finally, watches, warnings, and advisories. This is probably the most interesting part to me. So we have a tornado watch here in central Iowa. Like I said earlier, we had one tornado warning that was pretty scary looking. It has now expired. This is going to be in the Iowa City over to Des Moines, back up to Ames, and even northwest of that up towards like Fort Dodge. But anyway, we have not had any severe thunderstorm warnings with this, and I doubt we're going to. The threat for damaging winds is very low. The threat for large hail is very low. It's really just the tornadoes that we gotta watch out for, but even that at this point is kind of looking not too bad. I really think that probably a severe thunderstorm watch could have been issued for this, but I don't know if a tornado watch is really necessary because I don't think the tornado threat is as high as they're saying it is. But again, they know better than me, and you're under a tornado watch, so if you're under that, you need to take that seriously. But I don't really think it's as big a deal as it looks. We have freeze warnings kind of expanding over to the portions of even like the deep south now, going into like Texas and Oklahoma here. That's kind of surprising. I know there has been a major cool down in this region, but seriously, frost advisories also expanding into Oklahoma and more of Texas here, really just in the panhandles. And then freeze warnings as well in Wyoming, Colorado, a good portion of Colorado, and then West Kansas, and a few frost advisories there in southeastern Idaho. We do have some red flag warnings in effect for West Louisiana still here, so if you're in that region, definitely don't be burning anything. It's this major drought that has caused this. And we also have some high wind watches in effect here for portions of the Central Plains, and then we have just a few high wind warnings in there, so you're going to want to look out for that. But the high wind warnings will be expired by the time this video goes up, so there's no need to worry about that. That was really for yesterday's storms. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.